All right, coming up, a couple minutes. Got one of my buddies in the building right now. He goes by the name of Sims. How are you?
Oh, hey.
Hi.
Good. How are you?
Good, man. Welcome to the new station. When you heard this new modern hip-hop station for the first time, how did it make you feel?
Excited. We were missing a top 40 station in this town, and I was excited for something to come back. And then when I've been listening to how the format's working, it's even cooler than I thought it would be. It's not really totally top 40 the whole time. You guys mix it up. I think you didn't have to do it, and I think it was tight. And maybe it's like just trying to get the community on his side, or maybe it's just how you guys wanted to do it, or maybe somewhere in between. But that first hour where you played nothing but local music was love, and I think it's dope. And it doesn't have to be one thing or the other. I think it was dope, and something you didn't need to do. And so shout out from the local community, from the local artists to the proprietors of the radio station. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
Now, you didn't have to do it, and it was as cool. So anyway, it's cool. Welcome back.
Most
and
definitely.
It's good to see you back in town, man.
I'm happy to be back.
Yeah, for sure.
I missed this place.
Yeah? Are you serious?
100%.
It's like 20 feet outside
Trust
right
me,
now.
bro. Trust me.
All right.
I'm good with this.
Okay.
Yeah, the grass is not greener, for a lack of a better analogy.
I'll say no more.
We here, man. Sims is in the building. We're talking to him coming up next. Modern hip-hop is what we do over here at 95.3. My name is Mr. Peter Parker. Got my buddy Sims in the building. What's happening?
Chilling, man. How are you?
Good, man. Good.
All right.
I saw you Friday. We're at Sean Anonymous's birthday. It was crazy. It was amazing.
Right.
I wanted to call it a fiasco, but that's a negative thing. It was amazing. Okay. It was a very cool, fun party.
Good
A
vibes.
lot of community, a lot of great energy. You killed your set, man.
Thanks, man.
Very cool.
That's what I do.
Yeah. I mean, and we were talking off the mic. 20 countries, 100 shows last year with Doomtree.
Right.
With that experience, things come really naturally.
Right, and then a bunch of years of doing that, you know. And now we're at the point where like the international stuff is good, but you know, you like get to try stuff out. You get to like experiment. You get to fail.
Right.
You get to like learn. You get to succeed. All that stuff.
Right.
You know, like I don't know. We did like Glastonbury this year, which is, you know, a really prestigious thing or whatever. And of course, Doomtree's at like there's 300,000 people at Glastonbury, and of course we're on at noon, like you know, like way off on the side. I mean, it's a little Doomtree in Glastonbury. The 3 o'clock set was Lionel Richie.
What?
You know, I saw Patti Smith bring out the Dalai Lama on stage. Like, yeah, right. So you
it's
know,
good company, man.
But you know, so like you and it was tough. Like you don't always succeed at all these things. You know?
Yeah,
and like, It's good, and it like shows you how to like maybe approach your show in a different way. Maybe be more inviting about whatever. Because like, not everybody who's in the audience necessarily cares about what you're doing.
Right.
So you have to find common avenues where we all can like get along on this thing or this thing or this thing. And a lot of that is done with nonverbal communication. A lot of that's done through energy. A lot of that's done through like just your presence up there and how to command the energy in a room and make everybody on your team. And we're all on the same team. You guys aren't on my team. We're just forming like a thing right now that's like kind of communal.
I saw that.
And I feel like that's like really the skill I learned how to do it.
I saw that. I saw you years ago performing, and excellent performer. Always have a very intense energy, positive energy, but intense.
Yes.
Have something to say. You're political. You're intelligent when you rap. There's a message and a meaning behind what you do. But when I saw the energy, and I grabbed my man, I said, look what he's doing. This is more than the music. It's about the energy that you're sharing with them and inspiring them.
For sure.
When you dove into the audience and you're grabbing people up and keeping on pace and knocking hats off and kissing people on the forehead, and I was like, this guy,
my son,
it's amazing. Like, it's got to be a great feeling.
Like, I just feel like, look, like, I feel like you get to the point where you're like a master of ceremony, right?
Hell yeah.
And all I'm doing here is bringing people into like a space and a time or whatever. And like, that's all we're doing together. It's like, that's the magic about it all is, you know? It's like magic only happens all the time. You just have to access it, and it's all available to you. Everything is all.
This is deep.
It's
People,
all
he gets it.
The best, you know? Like, and so that's all it is. So like, you know, I don't always live that life, right? Like at home, my life is real different. Like I'm in the studio, I'm by myself more.
Right.
I'm in like, I inhabit like a kind of a darker mind or whatever. And I'm like in there just working on stuff, and it's not always like a magical experience. It's frustrating writing songs, you know? Like,
definitely.
They don't come out the way you want them to every time and blah, blah, blah. When you get to perform it and you're like, hey, this is actually working. Because you see the actual interactions, what you're doing to people and how you're applying it. When you get played on the radio, that's awesome. You get a blog post up, that's awesome. But it doesn't have the same like one-on-one comeback to
There's
it.
an exchange of energy. You're giving and you're receiving.
Yeah, and so when you get to perform as a show and you see somebody's face change, that's when it's the best, you know.
Amazing.
Where you win somebody over is even the best. When someone starts, you start your set and they're doing this, and then by the end of the set, that's
a big victory.
That's what it is for me. You know?
That's great, man.
Yeah, so.
That's dope. You guys, Doomtree put out this All Hands project almost a year to the date.
Yeah.
Very, very dope project that got you guys all over the world. You guys are really, in essence, Minnesota's Wu-Tang with different members and characters.
Right. Yeah.
We were talking about this. If Doomtree was Wu-Tang, what member would you be?
I mean, see, it's hard because I feel like every Wu-Tang record, my favorite MC changed.
Right.
But I feel like as far as like the way that their personality works, I think the GZA is probably the one
The
for
genius.
me. Yeah, because like I feel like he was always sharp and he was always like thoughtful in his approach, and then beyond that, he just always seemed like the mysterious kind of cool one.
Yeah, man, he was.
Back there.
The OG.
You know, everyone wishes they could be Ghostface. Everyone wishes they could be RZA or ODB.
Right.
You know, but like I mean, Inspector Deck 36 Chambers was my favorite rapper.
Phenomenal.
When that came out.
Right.
And then past that, like on Forever, it was GZA and
Yeah, man.
Liquid Swords, obviously.
Yeah. I was a big Inspector Deck fan, obviously, a big Ghostface fan. Love Raekwon, but GZA, very slept on. And the second half of Liquid Swords, some of the hardest ever.
Crazy.
Phenomenal. But the whole project's crazy, but I think the second half of that project people
Investigative
neglect.
reports, man.
See what I'm saying?
Come on.
You know what I'm talking about.
Come on.
Okay, we're good. All right,
Come
so
on.
if they form like Voltron, your man Sims would be the head, the GZA, the genius. We got some music from you right now. I know you're in the studio working on another solo.
Yeah, working on it. So last year, you know, we were trying to get these records done last year, all these solo records, but man, all this touring was, you know, it takes a toll on your creative output or whatever. I don't really write on the road.
Get you out of your zone, out of your space.
Right. So now I'm like right now. I'm making a bunch of songs and I'm really happy with them. This project came out August 2014.
Okay.
This song's called They Don't Work For Us. It's, you know, I think it's still apropos to the time, you know. Like, like I wrote it kind of pre-Michael Brown and all that stuff, pre-Eric Garner, but I'm thinking in my head at this time about like, man, it's kind of a top-down approach how we are mad at cops, but you know we also should be focusing some of that anger up the chain a little bit further because the cops are really just kind of enforcing policies that are kind of coming down from the top. And it's really about like how you spend your money because that will really kind of affect how a lot of this works.
Most definitely.
You know, don't give your money to terrible people. And maybe you can help.
Yeah, bad things won't happen.
Help guide that. Well, I don't know. I mean, but you can at least help guide.
You're right.
Really, you can vote with your dollar more than you can vote with your vote.
That's dope. That's deep, man. We're going crazy. Okay, I'm going to play the record right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Absorb this. Twin Cities. Sims, introduce it one more time and let them know what it is.
Hey, this is Sims from Doomtree. This is They Don't Work For Us. And this is Go 95.
We here, baby. Check this one out.